1,000 metres for the first. Track is good. The rail's out 8. And they're about to jump race 1 on VRC Guineas Day. They stand up, lights flash, and they're off. And La Quinta Gold began okay, and so did Fearless Angel, and Rory's Babe flew out of the gates on the outside. They'll all come grandstand side, and Rory's Babe will head them in the early stages. Royal Enclosure jumped well. She's up there in second placing, and Fearless Angel shows some pace away from the rail. La Quinta Gold is immediately to her left, and Fuji Dancer's coming up the middle of the track. Sea of Faith is in behind the leading bunch of horses, and so is Command Performer. Well Toned is worse than midfield and close to the middle of the track, and Centella's back last of all. Heading towards the 400 metre mark now, and Rory's Babe against the outside rail. Fearless Angel is up there with her being pushed along. Showing pace too is Fuji Dancer on the far side. She's travelling as well as anything out there. La Quinta Gold just on her inside, and Centella's come to the outside rail, is coming home well. Fuji Dancer hit the lead at the clock tower from Centella, La Quinta Gold and Rory's Babe. Fuji Dancer's the leader, about 3/4 in front of Centella. Fuji Dancer's holding on, and Fuji Dancer last to win it by a neck to Centella. 3 or 4 lengths La Quinta Gold from Rory's Babe, closely followed then by back behind those horses Royal Enclosure, and another break then to Well Toned, followed then by Fearless Angel, who's finished back in the ruck in company with Sea of Faith and Command Performer. Fuji Dancer's the win. Little movement from Jones Prophet. He's lashed out and had a go at the back of the gate. Now he stands up better. Glenn Boss on board. He won the first race. Is pretty agitated here, Jones Prophet. An attendant grabs hold of an ear. They're away, and he jumped away reasonably well. Vasileos jumped okay, and Silk Shamrock pinged out very quickly on the inside. Royal Effort's away nicely too. Ottoman's just in behind them, 4th as they go to the post the first time now. Soldado's last, and it's Silk Shamrock the leader out towards the 2200 from Royal Effort. Vasileos deep out. Ottoman pushing up on the rail behind the leader. Jones Prophet 5th leaving the straight, followed by Kittlewick, 1.5 lengths then to Bida Condios, and 2 lengths to Soldado. Silk Shamrock's at a nice tempo out towards the 2000 on the riverside. Vasileos moved up into second placing, 1.5 lengths away, and Ottoman gets a good trail, 3rd on the inside, 1 length to Royal Effort. A break of 5 lengths to Jones Prophet, 3/4 Kittlewick on the inside. Second last is Bida Condios, and 2 lengths to Soldado inside the 1800, and Silk Shamrock will try to do it all, led by a length Vasileos. Ottoman 3/4 away on the inside, nearly a length away to Royal Effort. Break of 4 lengths Jones Prophet. He's being followed by Kittlewick, and on the outside then Bida Condios, and Soldado's last of all. 1,500 left in it, and Silk Shamrock the leader. Vasileos 2 lengths away. Ottoman 3rd on the fence, and Royal Effort 1.5 lengths back in 4th placing. They're trailed Jones Prophet. Back behind him is Kittlewick, and then came Bida Condios with Soldado on the inside last of all. Silk Shamrock the leader at the 12.50 by a length to Vasileos, and Ottoman's had the beautiful run 3rd the inside. Royal Effort is 4th. Then a break of about 3 lengths to Jones Prophet, just steadily closing that little gap. Kittlewick on the inside of Bida Condios, and Soldado's last of all. Heading out past the 1,000 metre mark now, and Silk Shamrock by a length and a quarter Vasileos. Ottoman on the rails, and Royal Effort 4th. 1.5 then to Bida Condios under hard riding, getting up to 5th around Jones Prophet. Then Kittlewick on the inside, and Soldado. They're bunching by the 800 metres. 5 lengths covered them only, and Silk Shamrock narrowly from Vasileos. Ottoman still sweating on a run, travelled okay right behind the leader. Coming with a run round the outside, Royal Effort with Bida Condios deep out. Back behind those in a bunching field, Soldado from last, whipping up about 5 wide, and Jones Prophet getting a run from the fence about 4 off the rail. Into the straight, and it's Silk Shamrock, Vasileos. Ottoman's trying for a run between them. There's no gap there, and down the outside comes Soldado at the 300 metre mark, and he's had to ease over the heels on Ottoman, and in the meantime Soldado wideouts racing up to go to the lead with Vasileos, and Silk Shamrock battling back. Ottoman in the clear. He's coming through in the middle now. Ottoman at the 100 metre mark has taken over the running and draws clear now. He was held up, but he's got clear, and Ottoman came away to beat Soldado 2nd, Vasileos 3rd, and Silk Shamrock 4th. And then came Jones Prophet, long break to Kittlewick, Royal Effort, and Bida Condios last in. Well, he would have been a good thing beat. This is ready. 3:40 for Menang, and 4:30 Nights Upon Us. 1 to go in. All in now, set to go. Lights flash for the third at Flemington under perfect conditions. Racing now. And Menang seemed to miss the start. She was the last to bounce out, and Belle Princess led early from Casimir, and Mystic Melody got away well on the inside. Just behind these is in fourth placing La Supremo, and a break of 2 or 3 lengths Auntie Hilda. Being followed then by Zakushla, second last Knights upon us, and 3 lengths Menang. They're going quickly though. Belle Princess by a length and a half Casimir. Mystic Melody one away third on the inside, 1 to La Supremo fourth, 1.5 to Auntie Hilda. Followed by Zakushla on the inside, and then Knights upon us, and 2 lengths last of all is Menang. They came up the side, about 10 lengths at the most would cover them at the 800 metres. Belle Princess by almost a length Casimir. 2.5 lengths away Mystic Melody. La Supremo fourth the outside. Followed a couple of lengths further back by Zakushla, who's on the inside of Auntie Hilda. And then came Knights upon us, easing out 3 or 4 wide as they come around the turn, and Menang. Into the straight, Belle Princess joined by Casimir, and La Supremo wider out. Mystic Melody getting into the clear. Knights upon us is coming the deepest runner, and still Menang's last of all by the 400. It's Belle Princess in front of Casimir, who's under the whip. Knights upon us down the outside, winding up, and La Supremo trying to go with her. Menang is struggling inside the 200. Still Belle Princess has it. She's over 2 lengths in front from Knights upon us and Casimir, but Belle Princess is clear, and Belle Princess leads all the way to win it by over 2 lengths. Knights upon us might have grabbed second from Casimir. Photo finish there ahead of La Supremo, Mystic Melody. Menang struggled home, and then there's a break in the field. Auntie Hilda and Zakushla last of all. Straight to the front, she was never threatened. Belle Princess, Kieran McAvoy and Kelvin Smith winning third event of the day in 1:23.8. Not much in it for the minor end of the prize. Knights upon us and Casimir are the 2 in that photo finish. And 4 has got second, Knights upon us, with 5 third, Casimir. So 8, 4 and 5. Wild Ride, the maiden winner at Bendigo, is coming up with Miss Lala. They link in virtually together, and that completes it for the 4th. This is the Cadbury Dairy Milk Handicap. 1410. One more, I beg your pardon, as Munro to move in. It'll come up into number 5 gate, the grey. All in now. The fillies stand up. 1410 the journey. Tintan Bell has the inside. Racing now. Lovely dispatch too. And one of the first out, Northwest Bell, who jumped out fast. Mishnikov got away quickly, trying to retain the inside. Munro shows some pace. Coming across quickly on the outside as Classic Covet to sit outside the leader now. And they're followed by Starts with a Kiss, improving wide out in the pink colours. Just behind them, Tintan Bell over on the inside with Mishnikov, and Munro showing a bit of tower length to Danzel out wider. 1.5 further back in the field then came Titanic Rose in company with Miss Lala, and then 2 lengths to Wild Ride. Royal Celebrity being trailed then by Pride of Oamaru, who's towards the tail of the field, and Blue Jewel up before the turn now, and Starts with a Kiss had moved up on the outside and joined Northwest Bell a length and a half to. In third placing is Classic Covet, the outside of Tintan Bell. Danzel and Munro a bit wider out on the course, and they're followed by Miznikov in behind the pack, and Miss Lala trying to work into the clear as they come around the home turn, and Wild Riders putting in a run out wider on the course. Northwest Bell led down towards the 400 metre mark from Starts with a Kiss, and on the outside Classic Covered under pressure as Munro's putting in a run down the outside. Danzel and Wild Ride the widest runner. Tintan Bell got a run on the inside and hit the front. Tintan Bell at the 200 from Munro, Wild Ride, Miss Lala, and then came Royal Celebrity, but Tintan Bell had bolted away from them, and Tintan Bell won in a breeze, 4 lengths to Munro. Either Miss Lala or Northwest Bell for third place, followed in by Wild Ride, and then came Royal Celebrity, and back behind them Titanic Rose over on the inside. Blue Jewel made a little ground out wide. Back behind them then Miznikov, and they were trailed by Pride of Oamaru. Danzel well back, so too Starts with the Kiss, and last in Classic Covet. Back on the dry surface, Tintan Bell, ridden by Lisa Irwin, takes out the 4th of the day. She sprinted right away from them, won easily. Second goes to 6 Munro, Stephen Arnold. And third, number 2, Miss Lala, ridden by Reese Wheeler in 1:23. Ready? All clear. racing in the Cadbury Guineas. Zarek jumped well, Dash for Cash immediately headed him, and Pure Theatre got out fast, and Gordo got away very quickly. He's right on the pace today. In behind them is Tuscanos, and going forward, All Courage on the outside. No pace from Eustonov. He's last, and Royal Code is second last. Dash for Cash led narrowly, but Pure Theatre wants it and charges to him and takes over, and All Courage moved up to third now. 3 lengths away then Tuscanos on the inside of Gordo, one to Prince of War. A length further back is Tarkula Midnight. Zarek worse in midfield the rail. 1.5 to Fantastic. 2 or 3 lengths away Royal Code, and Eustonov behind him. Passing the 1,000 metres, Pure Theatre by a length and a half. All Courage is up to second. A length away Dash for Cash. He gets a beautiful trail third the inside. Right behind him is Gordo, and then Prince of War the outside. A length and a half behind these. Then came Tuscanos on the inside, and then Tarkula Midnight. 2 to Fantastic. Zarek hard ridden the inside. Royal Code is next, and Eustonov being patiently ridden, still last as they cornered, where it's Pure Theatre now being joined by Prince of War at the top of the straight. All Courage next, and then Gordo. Dash for Cash getting away from the rail, trying to get into the clear. Now he's got plenty of room to mount his challenge, and out wider Royal Code went to the extreme outside, but Boss dropped his whip, and on his inside is Fantastic. They're right across the track inside the 300 metres. Dash for Cash hit the front, Gordo after him, and Royal Code right out wide coming hard. Dash for Cash in front, Royal Code at the 100, and then Tuscanos the rail. Dash for Cash in front of Royal Code. He's holding him. Dash for Cash wins it. Royal Code second. Eustonov from last grabbed third, just in front of Tuscanos, Gordo, and then Zarek, who came again, followed by Fantastic, and back behind them to finish Pure Theatre, who weakened, and so did All Courage, followed by Gate. They're set, racing, and Rubitano jumped okay over on the far side with Lord Archway. They're going to head grandstand again. Major had got away fast out here, showing a lot of pace as Sporting Queen in the early stages, and right behind them Noble Sun, All Luster. Rubitano is edging across the side as they head along towards the 650 metre mark now, and Sporting Queen had led narrowly from Cash Crop, who got up on the outside rail there, and Rubitano is in third placing. They're followed then by All Luster, and Major is come away from the inside rail, now up the middle of the course in the dark blue colours. Back behind them is Noble Sun, Lord Archway, and Bonnie Prince. 350 left to go now, and it's Sporting Queen narrowly from Rubitano in the red blinkers. Cash Crop on the rail, then Noble Sun and Major pushed along to try and make some ground, and as they go past the 150, Rubitano hits the front, and he's out by about 2 lengths to Noble Sun. Sporting Queen can't go on, then Cash Crop, but Rubitano is clear, and he's too good. Rubitano wins it by 2 lengths to Noble Sun. Cash Crop just held third. Bonnie Prince ran on late, then Sporting Queen, Lord Archway, Major, and All Luster in 57.8 seconds. It's been a comfortable win by number 3, Rubitano, Nash Rubilla. Yeah, too good. Second going to Noble Sun, number 4, ridden by Brad Rubilla. So the Rubilla boys have run the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the third number is yet to come. And Cash Crop has finished well. Bonnie Prince is the other one that's in that for third place. 5 has got third, Cash Crop, so completed numbers 3, 4 and 5. 3, 4 and 5 in 57.8 seconds. Rubitano $1.90 and $1. Noble Sun $2.50. Cash Crop $2.70. $1.90 and $1 the winner, $2.50 second, $2.70 third. Quinella paid $10.70, the exacta $14.30, trifecta paid $90. Running double, $7.40 on 2 and 3. 1 3/4 by 1 the margins, 57.81 the exact time, 3, 4, 5 the numbers. Royal, white and green circles. All clear, they're away. And Tears Royal jumped okay. Yammer dropped out to last soon after the jump. De Montage has ridden for pace and Mighty Fine goes with him. And they lead by a length. Fabiano's Son, Tears Royal, box seats fourth on the inside. Followed by Marley up in fifth place, a length and a half, Ruthless Tycoon. They're being followed by Spirit of Westbury over on the outside. He's showing up fresh, and so is Liberty Hall. A neck away on the rail, running about 7th at the 1,000. 2 lengths to Never Dull, 1 Adolescent, Saboteur, Karazi, and they're followed by Fra Magic and 2 to Yammer. Up the side, and De Montage led Mighty Fine by a neck. Fabiano's Son is third. Tears Royal over on the inside, fourth, and then Marley, followed by Ruthless Tycoon out a bit wider. A length and a half, Spirit of Westbury, Liberty Hall, and then Adolescents, Never Dull, Saboteur, Karazi, Fra Magic next to last, and Yammer. They swing for home, 5.50 left to go. De Montage from Mighty Fine. Fabiano's Son 3 wide, and the rails runners coming for Tears Royal as De Montage just left the fence a little, and Preble shot the favourite through on the inside. Ruthless Tycoon with a run. Marley trying to get into the clear at the 300. Tears Royal only narrowly. Fabiano's Son and Mighty Fine are still there. Spirit of Westbury's running. A Bottler coming through on the rail, and here's Adolescence and Ruthless Tycoon charging out wide. Adolescence over on the outside, raced up to go to Spirit of Westbury, Mighty Fine and Ruthless Tycoon, and Adolescence. Adolescence wins it from, I'd say, Ruthless Tycoon, Spirit of Westbury and Mighty Fine just dipping out. Next, Never Dull, Fabiano's Son, Marley, Tears Royal, followed by Yammer, who's finished on their heels over on the rails, and then Saboteur, Karazi, trailed in by De Montage, Liberty Hall, and dropping out a long last was Fra Magic. 7 is the winner. Adolescence giving Brendan Fennick a winning double, and also John Hooks. First up since finishing 4th in the Eclipse Stakes back in the spring at Sandown. Number 7, Adolescence, Brendan Fennick the winner. Number 2, second, Ruthless Tycoon, Danny Nikolic. And 1 third, Spirit of Westbury, ridden by Stephen Arnold. 7, 2 and 1, and Mighty Fine running 4th. Number 8 and 5th placing going to Never Dull. Set for the Gala Supreme, 2,000 metres. Light flashes, Dinmont in the middle of the line, away they go. Stay Loose a little slow down on the inside. Dinmont jumped away okay. It's Patashi first out. Dinmont going up on the outside to sit second, followed by Prior Opportunity, and Stay Loose, after being a little slow, is driving right through on the rail, can go to the lead. They're followed by Legal Bound, who's moving up into 4th, and then Supreme Heights, and back behind them is Fillory, Stravana, LA Gold, and they're trailed then by Limerick Scene, who's got back past the 1600 to third last, followed by Happy Hookster, and Zatopek as last of all. Stay Loose had got through on the rails and took it up out to the 1400, led Dinmont by a length and a half and 3 lengths Patashi. Legal Bound is in 4th placing in company with Prior Opportunity, and LA Gold, after firing up, is booting forward now. They're followed by Supreme Heights. Back behind them, Stravana on the inside, a length to Fillory, a length and a half Limerick Scene, Happy Hookster, and Zatopek as last of all. Heading out near the 1,000-metre mark, and Stay Loose led by 3/4 to 3-year-old Dinmont as second. 2.5 lengths away is Batashi, Prior Opportunity and LA Gold. A break of 3 lengths behind these, Stravana over on the inside, followed closely by Legal Bound. 1 Fillory, and they're followed by Supreme Heights, who's well back coming up past the 800-metre mark. Limerick Scene taking off around him, commencing a run with Zatopek wide out, and Happy Hookster's now last of all. At the turn at the 650-metre mark, and Dinmont moved up on the outside to take the lead from Stay Loose. Batashi 3 deep is threatening, and then came Fillory, who's gone up fast the outside. LA Gold in behind them, and on the rail is Prior Opportunity. Stravana making ground against the fence, and Limerick Scene with a run wide out. 400 left to go now. Dinmont took a narrow lead, but they're coming left, right and centre. Stravana along the rail. Batashi, Fillory and Limerick Scene wider out, and Zatopek the widest, and Supreme Heights is getting into the clear on the outside. Dinmont's coming back as he does at the 200 metres. Stravana narrowly from Dinmont in the middle, and then Fillory, Limerick Scene, Supreme Heights and Zatopek. Dinmont, Stravana are wide apart. They're coming to the line together. Pretty close here. Dinmont in the middle of the track, Stravana right against the rail. Fairly hard to line them up, and Supreme Heights ran on hard to grab 3rd place, followed closely by Fillory. Zatopek made some ground from last, and then Batashi 1 batted late, followed in by Limerick Scene. Legal Bound to break then.